Go on then. Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Frieren, episode 7. Last time a dragon was killed, some excellent animation was made, and we're gonna see where the story takes us this episode. Oh, geez Louise.
We're off on the journey.
Oh, you just remind me of the Kid Cudi song. Anyway, leave a like and subscribe. Let's check it out. Do they look extra pixelated to you?
Yeah.
I think they maybe were supposed to be way smaller, and then in the final edit they like zoomed them in so you could see them a little bit better. The founder of humanity's magic. So she was like the first mage. First human mage. Well, maybe not even the first human mage, just like the one that, I don't know, made some breakthroughs and like really brought it. There might have been others.
Is something wrong? Is she sick? Try to like train her.
Positive reinforcement.
I was just like every step of the way, Stark is just like, what is her problem? Why is she like this? Why are both of you like this?
Like a fairy tale. He's sitting there with a shovel.
Why can't they just levitate like the guy and his horse? Well, I guess they should clear it for other
yeah, they're
people.
being good Samaritans too.
I guess so. Turns out they're like dropping all that stuff into like another part of the road farther down.
The reward isn't bad. What's the reward? That guy's rewarding you? They're literally saying what you just said. I wonder what kind of like demons and ghouls and shit we're gonna run into up here. Just so quickly adapts to not having to be formal.
I have two options: superior to me or inferior to me.
It's an on and off switch.
Couldn't he just use like his ability and like cut like a giant?
I mean, he could blow up the whole mountain and then cause a landslide like 2 feet to the right if that's the case.
Yes, I want elf lore.
Really?
Interesting.
Vulcan style. Damn. 400 years. What the hell? What happened on that swing? Did she attack the fucking Hidden Leaf Village with pain?
Five retakes on a statue?
I mean, it's really easy to make a mistake when you're chiseling marble statues, or like, I guess that's copper maybe. That's sad as shit. That's so sad.
That's really
to remember
really
what he
depressing.
looked like. Oh my god. You haven't changed your fashion sense in nearly 100 years.
Possibly longer.
Well, there's somebody that walked past that looked like they were an anime character. They had like there was like a woman with like really intricate looking hair, but I don't know. Maybe it was nothing.
He doesn't even know where they're going.
We're going to we're going through hell. Whoa. Crazy skirmishes. This place is looking pretty... I mean, it's thin, population-wise, but you suppose something happened? Did you not see the burnt forest littering the outside of these walls? There's not a lot of people here, like, hanging out, but otherwise, like, the town doesn't look like it's in siege. Shapeshifters? Oh. They're, like, parlaying. Does she recognize him? Does she recognize him? He looks exactly like Johann Liebert. He looks so much like Johann. What the fuck? He's identical to fucking Johann Liebert. That can't be unintentional.
Just taking her away.
Don't fight. We'll figure it out. This is interesting.
Oh, just let them down there?
I mean, you get a phone call, don't you?
I'm bored.
It's like, fine, I guess I'll just sit in here till you all die.
2 or 3. That's, she's ready to wait there for that long. She's like, sweet, an excuse. I love being in jail.
I would sue for peace too. If I've been fighting for that long. How's he in here? Cat's over to the side. Make you sympathize. Oh no.
Do they, though?
I mean, kinda. It depends on the series, but like...
It just eats this other child.
It's gonna eat this other kid. Why is the kid walking up with her? They like devour innocence.
She's fine digging around over there.
Oh god. It's only a matter of time. Priest is just gonna go along with this. Heiter's just going along with this fucking demon.
のように殺意を感じていました。私は平穏に過ごしたい。用意しました。私が食べてしまったあなたの娘の。
その子は村長。
村長はもういませんよ。
That is messed up.
私は何かせんしまったようですね。仕方がありません。ここは人質に。もう止めないよね。お母さん。
It just is repeating the same lines, like.
僕は魔物と同じで子育ての習慣がなく、産み落とされたからの時間を天涯孤独に過ごす。孤独を当たり前とする生物で。
It's just something you repeat to lure them in.
お母さんなんて言葉を使うのって殺せなくなるでしょ。まるで魔法のような素敵な言葉。奴らにとっての言葉は欺く術だ。大魔法使いフランメは言葉を魔族と定義する。その祖先は引き寄せるために物陰からタサを発した魔物だよ。
It is what it is.
ウラナト伯爵、遅いですね。
人類の外交戦術だろう。気になるのはあの魔法使いだ。あの顔どこかで。言葉の通じない猛獣か。実に的確な。この町で彼女だけが我ら魔族の本質を理解している。
There's no way he's not a monster reference.
人の言葉を話す理由。
分かり合うための言葉ではなく、欺くための言葉。
I'm really stressed out. This is the first really stressful episode of this show.
ここは息子の部屋。出来のいい息子でな。早く家督を継いでわしに楽をさせるとはよく言っておく。
They're just gonna kill this guy.
これは御前試合で陛下から。ご子息は今どちらに。10年前にアウラとの戦いで死んだ。できたのはこの剣だけだ。言うな。
Well, that's dumb.
この部屋はよく掃除が行き届いています。あのままなのでしょう。それがどうした。
He knows there's still room to talk.
そのままにしてあります。
Is
もうやめにしませんか。また互いに血を流し、誰か。
Oh my god.
私たちには言葉があります。そうか、話し合いの機会を。
It's very convincing.
You know, Lord of the Story, he's gonna take your fucking head off. Or he's gonna play the long game still, but I think you just turned your back on him after he threatened his life.
なんだろうね。
This is so refreshing as a story, honestly.
結界を解除させることも可能だろう。あとはアウラ様の軍勢がこの町を滅ぼしてください。ところでリーニーは見えないようだな。
Going after Frieren.
若いやつは血の気が多く。
I'm just gonna kill this guy. Yeah.
Shit.
Damn.
Shit.
誰？面会時間ではないはずだけど。
東大のアウラが配下。首切り役人の一人。お前を殺しに来た。
そう、もう終わり。
これからさ。 様の見立てによれば、この少女が我々の唯一の生涯。こいつを始末
I'll just get rid of her.
あとは美女を
I don't think there's any like magical protection on this jail cell.
くてよいよ
There's literally a statue of me in the center of town, just so you're aware.
乱闘台のアウラよりも
Ah, shit.
She's like, I'll just clap all of you. It's not even a problem. I could get out of here so easily if I wanted to, but honestly, I'm just killing time at this point.
Damn, this is very interesting. This is like an inconsequential detail that I just want to mention before we, because there's be no other place to mention it, but when they're in his room here and there's the sword that's mounted, this is something you see in a lot of anime, specifically because they mount swords this way in Japan, because a katana is a single-edged blade, so they protect the blade by mounting it like this, with the blade sort of like this, like up and down, because then the blade is up top, and that way it's not resting on all the weight is not resting on the edge, so the edge is up, and then it sits in the scabbard like that. If it's on the right side, that means you're in wartime, if the handle is on the right side, because then you can pull it out if somebody comes in. But if you're in peacetime, it's flipped and it's on the left side. But the edge, it'll always be like an arc upwards because the edge is like that. It's just interesting. It's an interesting thing that I always think about now, ever since I found that, because it's such a cool detail to me. But it's interesting when you see a Western European aesthetic of fantasy in this, because in Europe and et cetera, they didn't use single edge blades as much. They were still there, and depending on the era and the use for it. But like, you see knights and they have like broadswords and they're double-edged blades like that. And they would usually it's hard to store it properly. So what they would do is they would usually just lay it flat, so that the flat end is like that and all the weight is not on either edge. So this kind of mounting system it's not like it was never used. It's just that it was more commonly used in Japan, which is obviously where this comes from. It's just like I said, it's a dumb detail. I just want to start saying off that because it caught me off, and it's always something I think about whenever I see scenes like this where they walk into a room and there's like swords on the wall.
Did he put it back the other way or something? Or
I actually didn't even think about that. No, he put it back the same way because they're still in they haven't made
I
fully
just thought
peace. But
that
that would have
would've
been a really
that
cool
would've been
detail
cool.
if after this he like puts it on the left side to symbolize that. That would have been sick. Anyway, that's a dumb thing that I think about a lot. But this guy, do you remember what the guy from Monster looks like? Don't look.
no,
for a
I
second.
have no idea. That's why I had no idea what you were even talking about the whole time.
His hair is just longer, and he looks identical to this guy from Monster. Johan, he's the main antagonist, the monster in Monster. Even the hair is... There is no way in the world that he was not an inspiration for this Lugner, or whatever, I forget what his name is, guy. And his name is Luger as well, right? Is it Luger?
I didn't catch his name, honestly. Oh, yeah.
Lugner. Oh, okay. Well, it sounds vaguely German, and yeah, it's crazy. Just want to find like a more head-on one.
What the hell is he doing?
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what that.
I didn't know how he was in here. Come here. Psst, psst. Get over here. Good boy. Oh, come up. Come here. Or ride in.
Why do they only ever cause a scene when we're watching?
I'll show him to the camera, then I'll lock him out.
Why show me the camera?
So they can see what we were looking at the whole time. I don't know if he's in the frame. There he is. It's a little boy.
Look at him. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like there's no way, because like there's no way that it wasn't even thought of. Like it's so on point that it's very interesting to me. And I imagine that they probably knew a lot of people would make that connection visually, because like this is a classic. A lot of people have seen it. It's not like niche by any means. So I think like making the diplomat with a German name who like comes in and he's like manipulating the situation. It's very much like what Johan does in Monster. I don't want to get into spoilers at all or anything, but like very much this type of thing where it's like a fucking he's like a demon in human clothing and just sort of tricks people and uses language to like make it seem like he has a heart or a soul or whatever, but it's just behind those like kind eyes and the soft smile is just mayhem and just like craziness. And it's so on point that it's funny to me how exact they even got like the hair color the same and the hair part's the same. It's just longer anyway. Good, really good episode. Really good start to this little arc that we're going to be going into.
One thing that is really interesting about this to me is I feel like, especially recently, and this isn't really a critique because I feel like a lot of times it makes things more interesting, but I think that it's cool because the story is like after the main journey. It's like I feel like a lot of times, there's in like the main story, it's like, oh, there's this character that's supposed to be evil, but they're like extremely sympathetic, and then you get like burned really bad, like what happened in the flashback. But because this is like the after of that, and Frieren already knows what the deal is, that we kind of do to it, and so we get that perspective immediately of these guys, being like, oh yeah, we're just like manipulating them, and we're gonna bring our forces in and slaughter all of them.
Yeah.
But I think it's really interesting because I feel like a lot of times, and especially if you're like planning on keeping a villain around for a long time, you want them to be sympathetic.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we don't want these like, oh, they're like monsters, but they're like justified to themselves in their own way or something like that. But instead of here, it's just like, no,
they're
these
a different
guys are
creature.
these are because they look like people and they talk like people. They aren't people and do not experience people emotions.
It's camouflage. It's like a functional thing,
it's
like evolutionary.
Well, that's why I like how they said that they are like descendants of like something calling for help, like a creature that maybe at this point didn't look like a human but could imitate a voice of a human and like call for help, and then someone would go in the forest and get killed. I just think that it's kind of interesting, kind of refreshing to like have this like hard line distinction.
It's not just like a lot of times demons are like,
oh, they're like mostly bad, but there can be a good one.
You got to think about like the continuum of the development of storytelling is like, if you think about early like fantasy storytelling, like the Bible and shit, it's like demons are agents of chaos and evil, and they don't even want to win. They just exist as opposition to like holiness and God's light and stuff like that. It's like this ancient force and this this reverse thing that doesn't even actually, it's not organic. It exists only as a storytelling tool to ward people away from things that they shouldn't do. Like, the devil is just the enemy of God. It's not even a other entity that like wants something. It's just something that wants, that is there to go against, to go against what's good. And as things go along, taking a big leap in time from like something like the Bible or like old, very, very old school ancient scripture style demonic representation, then you go on and then it becomes, then it's a person that now it's like an evil guy who just, maybe they have a want, maybe they have a goal. Like if you think of, again, like way later, if you think of the cheesy sort of one-dimensional comic book villains of, the 50s, the 40s and 50s or whatever, these guys who are just like, they exist, again, more as an opposition to the main character, but they might have like something that they want. Yeah.
Oh, I want to take over the world.
So
instead of just like, I want to go against you.
It takes them from an opposing force to an opposing force that like has a sort of, it has a standing. It has a foothold in the world in a way. It has stakes in the game, essentially. They're an actual enemy and not just something to be like wary of constantly. It's less of a force of nature. Then as we've evolved in storytelling, it's like the sort of evolution has been to question that and to be like, well, what if there's a reason for that? You know, like especially you know, World War II, I think was a big reset button in this way, because a lot of propaganda and everything on both sides, where it affected the world and World War I, but like that the early 20th century affected us in a really big, strong way to view evil as, again, like a very one-dimensional thing. And then as time has gone on, we start to question it. We start to like think of the other side, think of all the people who are beneath the yoke of this evil empire or whatever. And it's less a good versus evil and more like, what does it mean to be evil? We sort of reflect inward, especially in the modern era, where you know, if we're Western people, we went, if you think of the story of like warfare, because all these stories, like what is a demon, what is evil, it's like it's something that reflects the experience of real life, and all of these things. That's why I'm talking about war and religion and stuff like that. Like all of these external things are like cultural influences that influence the way that we represent evil and demons, and the idea of what is a demon, what is evil in the stories, and they mean different things depending on where society is. If you think of like the Western world, now that we're in the information age, and over the last like 20-30 years, like all these different conflicts in the Middle East, and we know that like, you know, the Western world aren't necessarily the good guys that we thought they were in World War I. It's not this evil, or in World War I and World War II. It's like, we're not just this, you know, we're going in there to defeat the evil demon and whatever. And that's it. What I'm getting at with all of this in regards to Frieren is like, we started to examine demons as just people with a reason to be bad, a reason that like, you know, they lost something, or they're not even evil. Maybe evil doesn't exist. Maybe we need to re-examine what evil is and what demons are and how they're represented in our stories, and think like, you know, there's a demon within us. There's something we need to fight all the time, and that's even an ancient idea. I'm conflating and confusing a lot of things because this is a way deeper topic than I want to spend on, or than I'm sure a lot of people want to listen to, and I've already spent a lot of time talking about it. But all of that being said, this evolution of it to flatten it out, and to, after all of this of considering evil in all these different ways, whether it's human, or whether it's somebody who's downtrodden, or like who has been raised to this point, I really like the sort of reset button that this is doing. And again, it's rooting it in a sort of an evolutionary way, in the same way that the magic system was, how like they developed a defense for this crazy magic because they had this time to evolve and learn and study and all that stuff over the time that demon was sealed. It's the same thing here. It's like demons are just creatures. They aren't human. It's in the same way that like they're said to be emotions in the brain of a killer whale or a dolphin, or like these deep sea mammals, not deep sea mammals, but these water mammals, that like there's a spectrum of emotion that like they can experience supposedly that we can't, and we don't have a concept for it because they're different things. They you know, we have anger and sadness and happiness and whatever. They have emotions that we don't have, and that's kind of chilling if you really think about it. It's like so much of our experience is wrapped up in ourselves, but what happens when there's, you know, another creature that can use that to their advantage? If from an evolutionary standpoint, it's like a shapeshifter, like a doppelganger in like D&D terms, but they are just open about how they're different, but they lie about what that really means deep down. They, you know, it's a long-winded way of explaining why exactly this is very interesting to me, that like, you know, it's like you said, it's not just a person that, you know, is written to be like a demon, you know, thing. Yeah. It's written, this is a different creature, and
even if they wanted to it's like what you're saying is like, because if these demons they are classified as demons specifically because they can communicate with humans, but they cannot experience all human emotions. Yeah. And that is like the category of what makes them dangerous.
They just don't have the same bias, right? Yeah.
But I think what's also really interesting about this show is that it's showing that, like, time and time again, the human characters are are so wanting to believe like the best in these other people. Like Frieren is like, no, I have literally been alive for 1,000 years. I can tell you with 100% certainty that these are not people, these are evil creatures, and they're tricking you.
Yeah.
But, you know, we saw it 80 years ago, and we've seen right now the people, some of the people are like, no, we don't trust them, we're afraid of them, they can't be trusted, and then some of the people are like, but they're telling me these things, and I want to believe them, because what if it is that it's like the chance of, you know, what if it is the truth, and it's also a really interesting concept, because the show has confirmed that like they don't have those emotions, but then it's bad as well if you know, drew a hard line and were like, none of these demons could ever have emotions, but then one of them did. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's and that's the whole thing, and that's why you know, it's hard for these people that like to rationalize that, because it's like when someone's like, oh yeah, you know, you guys killed my dad and I haven't changed his room since then, and it's such like a relatable and genuine thing, and it's like, well, they're probably lying, but what if they aren't lying, and then I'm like the monster for killing them when they are trying to be peaceful with me. It's a
Yeah, I mean, maybe there is gonna be a demon that like is a good person or whatever, but I just genuinely like the idea that
it's not.
It's
and there could be like another creature that is more. Because that's the other thing, is like, oh, these people look like people. Would these humans be so willing to trust them if they could talk, but they looked like grotesque monsters? But they understood human emotions and were capable of feeling like that's the other thing as well. It's like this guy like rolls in here and he's all like dressed in a nice outfit and like has a nice hair and is like looking very civilized and very human-like, other than his horns. But it's like if he rolled in here and
the last guy, the last like demon, the Zoltrak, whatever.
Yeah, if he rolled in here and looked like that, then even if he was telling the truth and had these genuine emotions, it's unlikely that they would believe him. And I think that that's part of the point as well of, you know, that like these like aesthetics basically are playing into these people being willing to trust this person.
Yeah, it's all camouflage.
Not just what they're saying. Because if a different person was saying the same thing, then they might not believe them.
It all plays into it, yeah. Yeah, and I also liked when the little girl demon was like was saying that like mother or Okasan is like it's a magic word in a world where there is magic. It's like I'm not sure if the translation works out to like have that sort of double entendre, but you know, the fact that this word of power, this word of great power, like how, you know, whatever chants that you do to like summon a spell or whatever it is, it's that these words can hold power over people in that way is very interesting. But yeah, I really like the idea that it's like another creature. And yeah, what about as far as the evolution aspect and like the idea that you know, time moves on and that's a big deal here. What if a creature is born into different circumstances? Is it kind of like a cultural difference? They are just kind of like people, and eventually, like if you took a demon baby and raised it as a human, would it be a human? Or do they just not see, like how he's saying to her, it's just like, you're looking at me, but you see like a wild beast. You don't see a person. And that's what scares them, is because she sees the truth of what they are, that it's just, it's literally like it's like a wolf or a coyote in heat that like will yelp in the forest, and then a dog will come along thinking that, oh, this is there's a party over here, and then 6 male coyotes come out of the woodwork and rip the dog apart. It's like it's all an act. It's all they know that it works, and they know that, you know, it will have this effect. So just like an animal will call, or like how a hunter calls for a deer, you know, and has deer calls and stuff like that. It's the same shit. it's this cause and effect relationship, and they're for us, our words are, and our language is developed as a way to represent ourselves and to communicate and share knowledge and feelings with one another. Sometimes it's used for deceit, and that's what these, a demon like this or a vampire represents, is you invite them in, and then you sort of bring it upon yourself, because you need to be wary of these things and have the awareness to see through deception. And I don't know, it's cool as shit. I really like, I love it, because it is, you never really know, and you never really can know, and you kind of just got to draw a line in the sand and use your best judgment and have your eyes open all the time. And that's what the lessons are, say, in the Bible with demons who like masquerade as people, is like, not that I'm a super religious person, or but in scriptures, it's like when a demon shows up and it's like deceiving you, it's the people who invite the demons in, or like trust them, or put faith in them, they're usually like punished by God or punished by the world in some way. And it's like, well, why? All they did was get fucked over by some asshole demon who's like messing with them. But the lesson is, you need to be vigilant, and you need to have your eyes open. You need to be careful at all times and be wary at all times, and not trust things that are going to hurt you, because that's a sin. It's you're missing the target, and that's what it's all about. So that's what these, I don't know. It's just all that shit is really cool.
It's also really sad, like with the, like you were talking about the little demon girl, and like talking about that, and it's really upsetting, because she, like, it seems like they're just extremely objective creatures regardless, because she could, if she just wanted to kill everyone, she could have killed the little girl, but she didn't, because in her mind she was solving the problem of, oh, I took away the little girl from this other woman, and every time this woman sees me, it's a problem. To fix that problem, I will fix that problem by giving her another child, because objectively, she is replacing what she took away. But obviously, to any person, that's not how that works at all. But in the extreme objective lens of this demon child, like to her it just makes sense. It's like, oh, the problem solved. I'll just take this one and put it over there. You
know what it kind of reminded me of? It reminded me of those what's the dodo? Like that where the animal like video content creation thing, and all those types of things where they have these videos of like, we adopted this dog, and then it got really sick, and then it got pregnant, and then all the puppies died, so we got it new puppies. Like it strikes me as that kind of thing where like, but like of a farm animal type thing of like, oh, we had this pig and it got, we sold its babies and it was really depressed. So then we got it new babies and then it was happy again. And it's like this outside thing where like, we're humans, we aren't pigs, we aren't dogs, we aren't like, we have a relationship to them on some level, but like you take that to like a little bit more of an extreme, and it's the same kind of thing. It's just like, you sold off or killed my child, and then you as a human to me as a pig think that I'm gonna be happy if you just like give me a fucking goat to raise or something. Like when that's what always strikes me. It's just like, I'm sure this pig isn't dumb as fuck. It's just like the hormones are acting up because it's just been pregnant and it lost all of its kids. So it's like sad and like not moving and not eating. And then when you give it another baby thing, it like has something to focus that energy on. But I wonder if something deep in the back of its lizard brain is like, knows that this is wrong and weird and like blames us. I think about that, and that's what this kind of like, this, I see those videos and I think about that, and then I saw this and I thought about that too. It's just like, this demon girl is just a person, and it's like, all of these birds that like, say they're all chickens and they're all like pissed off that you're taking their eggs. It's like,
just give them some fake eggs.
Yeah, it's like you crushed this baby chick in front of its face, and then you gave it a duck egg to raise or something, and then you're just like, oh, I thought that would be fine. It's like, you're just an animal after all. Why, like, you just don't, that connection, that emotional connection that say we have with dogs or that we have with other people is just not there, because it's a different thing. And I just that's something that's not capitalized on enough in stories, because it's always trying to tell this very human focused story. Demons are always an allegory for something with human, and it still can be here if they're like more of a different species, or like the evil beast that's like tracking you is like a metaphor for like human greed or something, and depending on the story, I'm just like throwing out random sort of associations, but the idea of them being a different creature is and all of the opportunities of storytelling that open up with that is very interesting to me. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool because it's scary to like, you know, have this thing around. You're just like, oh well, we need to give it a chance because that's the right thing to do, and then it just completely backfires, backfires, and it's like, why would you think that yeah, it's like, why would you? It's like, oh, it's what a cute little baby bear. I'm gonna go pet it, and it's like this bear, like the mom, or like, oh, this mama bear. It's so cute. I'm gonna go pet it. It's like, this is a wild animal. It lives in a different context. It's not the same as you. You think that it's the same as your dog that has been bred and trained over hundreds, possibly thousands of years to be like on your side. And it's not the same thing. You know, I really like that just as a concept. Anyway, I've rambled about that too much. Was there anything else in this episode when they were clearing the way, and then you were like, why don't they just selfishly move the guy? And then they're just like, that's fucking stupid. Why would we do that? Then the next people are gonna come along, have to climb all this rubble, and they're screwed.
That's the next people's problem.
And when Himmel was saying, oh, but you need to remember me.
Yeah, that was really sad.
It's funny how like Himmel and Frieren's relationship and all these scenes, it just highlights sort of the overall theme of her journey. I think that's really cool. And how he knew, like, because you're a human, you like, we already talked about this, but like, because he's human, because we're human, we understand very quickly the need for all of these things. Like, you kind of are forced to think about your mortality without even really confronting it. You know that, like, the reason why we have all these festivals and the reason why we have all these things, if you think about it for a second, like, it's obviously because, you know, it's temporary and we need to celebrate for one, but also we need to remember the people that are around. And that's just, you know, we need to set these timelines so that we have times to reflect on everything and hit that reset button. And obviously he's fully aware of that, and he's trying to like help her be aware of that too, and she just it's totally foreign to her. And it was also just really cute when he said that.
Yeah,
this guy's totally JOHAN Liebert's fucking with me so bad. It's like, if you just take off the long hair, it's just literally him. Anyway, anything else you want to say?
I think that's pretty much it.
Thanks for watching. See you next one. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.